What's going on? It's a long time no see. I swear, it's been like a long ass time. But yeah, this is Jordan slash I Reap Shot, Private Done. Yeah. This is like an old gaming channel, so I'm like, I'm kind of just now posting on it just because I just want to do it. Um, yeah, so I obviously haven't been gaming because I've been in the army. Uh, yeah, I like just got into the regular army actually. So I just got to my duty station and everything. I'm at Fort Stewart, Georgia at the moment. Yep. So haven't been gaming because I've been having stuff to do in long days, and I just don't feel like it at the moment. So yeah. Yeah. So I haven't like been on YouTube in a while. Like last time I was on YouTube, I was like sniping and stuff and Call of Duty and everything. But yeah, so basically, I want this video just to be about like my kind of like story about being in the army so far and what I've had to endure and everything, how it's been. Um, so far, like when I first got in, like you have to go to basic training for 10 weeks and everything. So you go through basic training, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. Like it really wasn't. It was, yeah, it just wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like super freaking hell, like fucking Ranger school, like how Ranger school is now. It's really hard, or whatever. But yeah. So basic training is basically 10 weeks of basic training. uh, you get to shoot. That was like when I first came to the army. That was my first time ever shooting a weapon. I've never shot a weapon before until then. And during basic training, I shot about 3 or 4 weapons. Sorry, about 3 or 4 weapons. I shot the M16, M249, and the M203, M203. That's a grenade launcher, and M249 is a light machine gun or machine gun. Yeah. So yeah, those were 3 weapons I shot while I was there. I only got a 32 out of 40 because the order said like I got sharpshooter, but I want to get expert, but I didn't get expert. To get expert, you had to shoot a 36 out of 40 or 36 or higher out of 40. But yeah, I was almost there, but I just didn't quite make it. But I'm just waiting to qualify again so I can get that expert. So yeah. But back to basic training, like when you get there, it's like first you go to reception, everything, you get your gear and all that. You meet your like drill sergeants for the week because it's just reception. So yeah, you meet your little drill sergeants. They'll right when you get off the bus, they'll probably smoke you a little bit, like give you a few push-ups here and there and all that. But it really wasn't all that. It's just it's a really different feel. Cause like while I was out there, like I joined in November, so it was like really really cold. Like it was freaking cold. I went to basic training in Fort Lee. I mean, excuse me, Fort Jackson. Fort Jackson. I went to Fort Jackson, so it was like really cold. Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Yeah, it was really cold. Like I'm from Los Angeles, California, so like I'm used to like nice weather all the time, like 70s, 80s, that type of stuff. So to be in like that type of weather was really different. Yeah, it was just really different. But yeah, you get used to it after a while. I mean, during basic it kind of sucks because they put out uniforms specifically for you to wear. Like sometimes I went outside, it was super cold, like 20 some degrees, and they had us out there summer PTs and all that. But yeah, that was just terrible. That's probably the worst part of basic training for me was that. Um, but yeah, so other than the cold, it really wasn't too hard. You just have to learn how to work as a team, like with your platoon and everything. Cause you get into a fight, you get into fights a lot. Like the first 5 weeks, we didn't really get into fights. We were actually the best platoon there. We were always, teamwork and everything, winning a lot of challenges. They had a lot of fun challenges while we were there. It was like Victory Tower and other few challenges that we did as a platoon, and we won all the challenges through those 5 weeks that we were there at first. So we won all those challenges. And so we were like the top platoon. We were the most disciplined, the most, fit. We did fit to win and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool to be a part of, you know. Yeah, so the first 5 weeks were pretty cool. We were all getting along and everything, and then we had HBL, which is, you know, it's like block leave. So during, it was like right in the middle of my basic training too. So it was 5 weeks of basic, then it was block leave, which is 2 weeks. You get to go home and, you know, be with your families or whatever, or you can choose not to go home to like save your leave days and to save money. But for me, I want to go home because I had to see my mom, I had to see my family, friends, all that. So I went home. Yeah, I went home for those 2 weeks, had a great time. And I came back, I was really motivated, really, you know, motivated to finish basic. So I came back after those 2 weeks, and the next 5 weeks were kind of harder, just for like, you know, like relationship wise, like not relationships and like girlfriend, but like friendship wise, it was like platoon was falling apart. Like everybody hated each other when we came back. It was ridiculous. Like I couldn't believe that. It was really crazy. I was getting in fights with people. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff that was just, people were just really like, you start to be with them for so long because, you know, it's 40, 50 plus people in the platoon, and you live in the same bay, and this really like irks your fucking soul. Like it irks your soul. And it's just like, you're just ready to get out of there because you're tired of seeing those same people. It sucks. But yeah, I think the next 5 weeks we did like, I know we did Nick at Night, which is like, it's like they're basically simulating rounds being shot over you while you're low crawling and high crawling through barbed wire and all, and grass and sand and all that stuff. So, you know, they're like, I feel like they really weren't even real bullets. I don't know why I feel like that. Like it was tracer rounds going up. It was tracer rounds and stuff. It seemed like it was just like not really that big of a deal, to be honest. So it wasn't really anything. All I needed to focus on was low crawling because they're not gonna fucking shoot you. So, you know, a lot of people were scared for some reason. I don't know why the hell they were scared. It's not like they're gonna aim the damn gun at you and shoot you. But yeah, because it was like 50 feet up in the air. So yeah, did that. One thing that was really interesting about it was like our FTXs, which is like being in the field. Like, you know, we're in basic training, so we're not all used to being in the field, how it is there and everything. FTX 1 was before we went to, was like during the first 5 weeks. That was FTX 1. And that was very interesting. It was 1 day and 1 night inside like the woods, just there, sleeping at night and everything. And like I said, it was really cold, so it was like, it was crazy. But yeah, we got there, and then we were doing little classes and everything, just like they were teaching us about like claymores and like just all types of different stuff, like formations when you're in a squad, wedge formations, files, and all that. Teaching us all that stuff, you know, it was pretty cool. And yeah, so we did that, and like later that day, that's when like hell started to break loose. Like it was terrible. That was bad because I guess somebody got caught wearing their snivel gear, which is like silk bottom, silk top, or like waffle bottom, waffle top. Some people got caught wearing it, and they brought everybody from the woods. They brought them all down to where we form up at in the woods. So we were there, and then they asked everybody to like take off, like, or like they didn't ask people to take it off, but they were just like, oh, if anybody has it, you need to take it off right now. Like, so, and a lot of people had snivel gear on. So the drill sergeant that I had, and it was Drill Sergeant Adams. By the way, I'm from Delta Company 313 from Fort Jackson. So yeah, a drill sergeant that I had, she was second platoon drill sergeant Adams. She had the people that had snivel gear on, had them form up somewhere, and then I was a part of the group that didn't have snivel gear on. So it was the good group, and so we stayed there. So the people that had the snivel gear on, it was like they had to like low crawl through mud. It was like some type of mud. They called it Turtle Beach, Turtle Bay. They called it Turtle Bay. So like you used to low crawl in like mud and everything, and it was just yeah, that was really bad because like we just kept going back and forth, so that was just terrible. We were just like, oh my god, this is the worst night of my life. Like that's what I was thinking at the time. I was like, this is the worst night of my life. Like, why am I here? But yeah, and then so, well, I wasn't a part of that group obviously, but while she was doing that to them, she was over here smoking us too, just because like she was making us do push-ups, 8 count push-ups, single leg push-ups, half jacks, all that type of stuff, just for no reason, just because we were there. Like she's like, oh, your battle buddies messed it up for you, so now you gotta pay the price or whatever. And then after she was done smoking us, she made us go over there with them and started doing the low crawl through mud and everything. Oh, we were so pissed because like I just never understood why they punish us if we're doing the right thing. Like me and my battle buddy, that was what we're doing the right thing. I never understood why they did all that, but they did. So that was really irritating throughout basic. But it was just trying to teach you about, one team, one fight. You're only as strong as your weakest soldier. So, it was kind of like that type of thing. But that was the worst part about that night. But that was probably the most memorable basic training experience that I had. Yeah, the next FTX2 was a breeze for me. Like it was, I believe 2 days, 1 night, or 1 day, 2 nights, something like that. But yeah, it was a little more time or whatever. But the weather it wasn't too hot. I mean, it wasn't too cold that day. Those couple days, it was like I say in the 70s, so it was like perfect. Like I wasn't out there freezing the whole time, freezing my ass off, like trying to get in a little sleeping bag and everything, shivering. I was fine. I was just there, pulled our security shifts. Nobody really fell asleep. Well, like me and my battle buddy didn't fall asleep, so we were fine. FTX3 was Victory Forge, and that was pretty interesting. Like I believe it was 4 days and 3 nights, or 3 days and 4 nights, whichever one. But yeah, it was that, and it was really interesting. Like when you first got there, we did a ruck march there, we did a ruck march there, and then we dug our foxholes, which had to be a certain length. Dug our foxholes, which took a pretty long while, because we had to dig those, and then we had to put like planks over it and everything. If you probably know what I'm talking about if you're in the military or whatever. But yeah, dug our foxholes and everything, and that took a good while. And then after that, we kind of just pulled security shifts, like always in all FTXs, you pull security shifts no matter what. So yeah, pull security shifts all night, and that was the reason that FTX3 was just Vic Forge was just so bad was because that was the coldest time ever. Like I've never been that cold in my life. Like I'm not even sure how cold it was there, but it was the coldest I've ever been in my life. I promise you, it was terrible. Like, and we had to stay there for like an extended period of time, so it was bad. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness, why am I here? But I was just over there suffering, taking it. I was like, man, I want to be a soldier bad, so I was just over there taking it. Like, man, if I get a cold weather injury, so be it. I'm just doing it, whatever. And that's the kind of mentality you have to have going into these type of things, because it's gonna be those times where you want to break down and you want to just kind of give up, but you just gotta know that when you push yourself through it, rewards come to you. Like you don't do it for no reason; you're doing it for a reason. And yeah, so I'm glad I pushed through it because now I'm here. So yeah, and then after FTX3, everything was pretty much smooth sailing. It wasn't really a lot we were doing. We were just kind of cleaning, getting ready to leave and everything. I believe the ruck march back from Vic Forge that was killing me. It wasn't really bad. You just walked, you just ruck marched about, I believe it was 8 kilometers, something like that. No, 12 kilometers, excuse me, which is about 8 to 10 miles, something like that. I suck at math, so don't even ask me. But I believe it was like 8 to 10 miles, something like that. We just ruck marched back, and the reason it was killing me was because like I was just chafing. I was chafing so bad, like after about 4 miles, but I still had to like push through it. So I pushed through it, and yeah, we made it back, and we're just so happy. Like drill sergeants there, they were just. I was in first platoon. If you were there, I was in first platoon. My drill sergeants were Drill Sergeant Bain, Drill Sergeant Franklin, and Drill Sergeant Rentes. And so they like when we got back, my senior drill sergeant Bain, he called us soldiers for the first time because they're always just calling us privates or like shitbags or some random ass name. Like they never called us like soldier before. So when you heard soldier and then you were just like, wow, like I did it, I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. Well, I don't have to do anything else in basic training. I'm done with basic training. So that was a really, really great feeling for me. Yeah, that was great. I will always remember that feeling. Yeah, it was great. But yeah, and then you pretty much done after that. You graduate. It's a couple stuff that I skipped, but it's just because it's not too important. You still do a little bit more than that. But yeah, I'm just kind of giving you the gist of what basic training was and how it was and my experience with it. But yeah, everything else, you graduate, you get family day first, which on that, I believe everybody graduates on like Tuesdays or something, like Tuesdays or Thursdays, one of those, something like that. So like Wednesday you got family day, and yeah, it was Thursday. So Wednesday you get family day. Like you get to spend time with your family on post. You cannot go off post, just on post. Yeah, and then the next day is graduation day. So you graduate and you still get to spend time with your family that day and everything. You have to be back at a certain time so you can ship the next day. I believe it was the next day we shipped. So yeah, you get to ship and everything. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, that's basically it for my basic training experience. So yeah, glad I could talk to you guys about it, because I just wanted to like make this video. I'm gonna start making videos just like this about my experiences in the military so far and how I am. Yeah, because I think that would be a pretty cool thing to do on this channel. So, because since I'm not gaming anymore or anything like that, so trying to keep the YouTube alive, man. For me, like yeah. So yeah. Like, comment, subscribe if you like hearing about my experiences. I'll be doing a lot more type of vlog videos, so I can give you guys more insight on how military is and everything. So, yeah.